stop, East Side Bait and Tackle. What we got here, I think it's a blue. On a BKD. Yeah, blue fish. Big old chopper blue. Yeah, about 25 inches. Craig's got a blue, Brian's got a blue. Not what they were after, but whoa, look at that. Big old blue. Oh, it broke me off. Damn it.
Did you get him jumping on the video?
Trout. Nice. That's a speck or a weak fish. Another nice one. Brian got this beautiful gray trout, weak fish. Look at that. He's pretty.
I told you you'd be the first one to get one. Yeah, that's a giant. Holy man.
Out here in the Pamlico Sound. Beautiful flat calm morning.
Nice one, buddy.
Yeah. Big old bull red.
Troy, I think he's going to cut around me by you. I'm going to have to work my way over there.
I'll duck. Oh, there he comes right here. He's a big one.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Jesus, hey.
An old rattlesnake got him in the net.
Yeah, boy! That's 50. That's a 50.
That's a 50 incher.
50.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, baby. Goodness gracious, look at that beast. Oh, my God. That is the best one I've ever seen.
There you go. On the NLBN.
Woo! What a picture. This is gonna be. That's going to be a good one. Let me get the picture out. He ain't 50, and I ain't never seen a 50 before.
He's a monster. Look how big that fish is. Release them back in the water here.
You get an underwater picture of this.
Yeah, get the next one. Getting her revived. Get the water in her gills. We don't torpedo fish. Bull red. Craig's just wearing them out. Big old girl. Drumming.
Yes, sir. That away, my boys.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah, baby. We did 5. Oh, he took it too, man.
Add some pro-cure shrimp to this voodoo shrimp. Nice flower. Big key. Yeah.
Good work. Starting to come alive. Bottom
Nice flounder on the voodoo shrimp. Coming in to see an eagle.
Take it, take it.
This is Brian's Eco Tours. Right here's an eagle, bald eagle up there watching us.
He looks pretty.
There he is, he landed again.
There we go.
And when the fishing's slow, you go to cast netting some shrimp.
They're on the left of
For
the boat
dinner.
too.
Right there. They're up along this bank. Got them though. Oh yeah. Big shrimps. Can't catch bull reds, you catch shrimp. Got a little spread going on here. Oh yeah. Fresh cut fries. Some black and speckled trout, flounder. Fresh. Called shrimp. 2 main ingredients. That one. That one. First time using that. Good old House of Entree. Okay guys, thanks for watching this short clip of our fishing trip to the Neuse River. We spent about 6 days on the water looking for the bull reds. We were able to pick off a few, but we did have some conditions which I'll talk about in the next segment, which I think contributed to us only having a few hookups compared to years past. But we did manage to catch a decent amount of fish. And we got some bull reds, some puppy drum, speckled trout, weak fish, black drum, bluefish, too many of them, a few croakers, We only caught a couple flounder, but we did get some nice ones, and a gag grouper out on the reef in the Pamlico Sound. Next segment, I'll talk about some of the takeaways that I learned from this trip. Hey, welcome back. I wanted to go over a few takeaways from our trip that I put in perspective. The first thing that we battled was the weather. So the week and two prior to this, the bull reds had the early spawn going on. Fish were being caught on popping corks, jigging up on the surface. You could see them tailing, breaking water. That all changed when we had this front move in. We had one good day, which was a Sunday, where the weather was nice, and we actually the day we caught the most fish out on the Sound. But it went, the wind was a huge factor. Starting on the Monday, it pretty much blew the whole week, at least 10 to 15, gusts to 20, 25. And when you're fishing out of a skiff, that makes it very difficult. It was cloudy and overcast, so when that happens, your big bull reds will go to the bottom. They won't come up on top. The bait doesn't come up on top. We couldn't find the bait. So pretty much, we found out kind of like mid to end of the week that the fish were hugging the bottom pretty tight and they weren't coming up to the surface. And our primary way of fishing was popping corks. So this year that wasn't the answer. The water temp from the week prior dropped almost 10 to 12 degrees, which makes a huge difference. That front came in, it kind of just messed things up with the bite that was going on to the week or two prior to that. Another big factor was the moon. We had a full moon, so the bite definitely changed during the full moon. We would get to the ramp in the morning, there'd be no one or one or two trucks with trailers, and we're like, man, this is unheard of. And then we find out middle to late week the reason why. A lot of the guys, the traditional fishermen, they fish in late evening into the night, going out soaking bait. So that was a takeaway that we learned and kind of figured out through the week. And I already talked on, we used a lot of artificial bait, we always do, versus fresh cut bait. We're not those type of fishermen that will go out and just kind of soak bait. Not saying that we didn't try that, because we did, but we didn't have any fresh mullet. Stopped to get some, they were all sold out. And it was just kind of one of those things we weren't set up for this time around, but we'll definitely be set up for that next time. I mean, not saying we couldn't, we just didn't. We just kept grinding away of what we know and how we fish with soft plastics, popping corks, jigging, throwing shrimp, that type of stuff. So next year it makes a difference. If we know the fish are hugging the bottom and the bait's staying down to the bottom, we're definitely going to be changing our tactics. So I'll own that. We all kind of agree collectively that we could have done that different, maybe midweek, got some fresh mullet, and maybe soaked some bait a little bit longer throughout each day. It maybe had a different outcome. So, and one thing that we always do, we try to fish a new area. So we were fishing the Neuse for the majority of the time. We fished the Pamlico Sound, and we fished a lot of creeks off of that we're used to. But each year we kind of like make a decision to learn a new area. So this year we trailed the boat up to Aurora, and North Carolina has some great boat launch ramps and areas. So we put on at Aurora ramp, and we ran out to the Pamlico River, and we fished out there and some of the creeks off of that. So that was a good experience, seeing that new area, learning that a little bit, and just trying to figure things out on our own to make us all better fishermen. So hopefully these takeaways, sum up kind of our trip. Like I said, we fished probably 6 days. I think we get an A for persistence and trying to grind things out and trying to figure it out. But do we wish we would have caught more fish and more bull reds this time? Absolutely. So it was not like the years past. Another huge thing that was different this year was, and I kind of already touched on it with us being overcast and cloudy. There was really no big bait pods of menhaden in the river that we could chase and throw our popping corks or jigs to. They were, one, we didn't see them, and two, like I said, we just couldn't chase that bait around because they weren't in the river, and if they were on the bottom. So that definitely changes the way we fish with popping corks if the bait's not being brought up to the surface. So again, if you would please subscribe to my channel. This is Troy Barrick with Strike 3 Fishing MD, and thanks for tuning in. Bye.